Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. My name is Sagar and in this video we'll see about custom service. So first of all, let's understand a scenario. Assume I want an external, so basically I want to send my customer information, or it could be a sales order information, okay, to my external system. So for that I'm going to create a service, custom service. And further, what I will do, I will simply tell the sales order number, and once I tell my sales order number, then I will get all the details. For example, my, for sure my sales ID, my sales status, and maybe the customer account that is associated with sales order. So I will consider these three, but for sure we can get a lot of information. So let me quickly go to my sales order form from accounts receivable only. Okay, so for example, the user will send me the sales order, so I will give him my sales status, or maybe like order type, sales status, release status, and let me open a sales order. Let me go to header. Okay, yeah, so we'll only focus on these three fields. Let me go back. So we'll focus only in this field. Let me check the exact name. It should be the sales status. Let me make a note of this. Sales status and cost account. Okay, so I will focus only on these two fields. This is something the user will already send me. So I will only send these two information, the customer account and maybe oh yeah, we'll check other things. Okay, so for that I will start creating my service. So the first thing is that I need to create a data contract. So I will say add, I will go to new items, I will go to my class. Here I will specify my data contract. I will say it as my sales order request. So basically, we are doing just a get operation, but in our next videos, we'll see about how we can even do, a write operation as well. So it is also a bit simple. Okay, so here this is available. Now our class is available. So I need to create a data contract first. So to create a data contract, we need to simply write data contract attribute. And I will close it here. And next, so this is going to be a what do we call a request parameter. So in request, what you will send, you will simply send your sales order only, right? So I can say protected sales ID. I can say here sales ID, and then I will create a param method for this. But before that, I need to make sure I will say my data member, and here I will say it has sales ID, and I will quickly create my param method. I will say public sales ID param sales ID, and here I will define my sales ID. I can say underscore sales ID equals to my sales ID, and then I will assign my sales ID equals to underscore sales ID, and I can say return my sales ID, and I'll make sure I'm changing it to small s, and let me save this. Okay, so now my request is created. Now I will create a response data contract. So I will again add class. I will say sales order response. Sales order response. And I will add it. And here I will only populate these two things. That is my first of all, I will go with cust account and I will go with sales status. Again, I will need to decorate my attribute here, so I can say my data contract attribute. And then here I will specify my all the fields. So I'm interested only in two fields. I can say here cust account, cust. And let me write it again. That is cust account, cust account. And then I can say my sales status. Just give me a second here. Let me go to my sales table first. I will go to my fields. Okay, we are using directly sales status, so I will write same thing. Sales status. I will say sales status. And then I will say data member. And here I will get my cust account. And here I can specify public. And you know what I will do? I will not take risk of it having a enum, so I will simply say it as name. I will change its value at runtime. I will show you. Public, what do we call cust account? I can say param cust account, and here I will define it as cust account equals to cust account count. Okay, and here I will return this. I'll say my cust account equals to underscore cust account, and I will simply return my cust account. Okay, next one is my sales status. Even though it's a enum type, but I will consider it as a string in the runtime. I will change it. So I can say here data member sales status and say public name param sales status. I will say name, and I will say here sales status equals to my sales status. And then again I will assign, I will do assignment here of my sales status equals to this underscore sales status, and I will return my sales status here. And let me make this s smaller here, and let me also make it smaller. Okay, so my both request and response data contract are now ready. Then I can create my service class. So I will quickly add, I will go to class, and I can say this as sales order service, and I will add this. All right, so inside my service class, this should be public. Okay, and then here I can create a method. So I will create a method named as public, and so the type would be, the return type would be this class return type, that is sales order response. So I can say sales order response. Then I will say get sales info. Okay, and here inside my request I will say sales order request. So I can say a sales order request, and I will create an parameter here. All right, and here immediately I will need to return this, right? So what I will do, I will say my sales order response. I will say response equals to new sales order response, and I will return my response first thing. Okay, here we go. Now this part is completed, but now we'll need the request ID here. So basically this request ID would be the sales order, right? So in our postman we'll simply send sales ID. Okay, so first of all, this main service class should know what is my sales ID for which I want to get the information. So I will define here my sales ID. I will say sales ID equals to, using this my request, okay, that is this one. I will get my sales ID using my param sales ID method. Okay, and then what I will do, I will change my company to USMF. For sure, you can add a, you know, just a second here. So you can add another contract basically here for your legal entity, but as we are doing demo only in USMF, so I'm not going to change it. All right, here this is fine now. Okay, yeah. Now what I will do here, once the sales ID will be provided to me, then I can set my response, right? So I will say response dot param cust account. So from where I will, okay, from where I will get cust account, from my sales table. So now I will need to do this first. Let me change this. Yeah, here I will define a variable named as sales table, and I will say sales table equals to my sales table. I will use my find method. I will pass my sales ID that I can easily get from my this variable, and I will close this. And now from my sales table I can get my customer account number, so I can say my sales table dot account number or cust account. Yeah, cust account field is there. Okay, here we go. And similarly I need my sales status as well, so I can say response dot param sales status. Here I can say sales table dot sales status. Okay, and now one thing you need to remember here is that you need to typecast it to string. Okay, so I will use this. All right, I think this should be fine. Anyway, you can apply your you can say try catch here, but I'm not going to do it in this video, maybe later. Okay, yeah, now once everything this is created, then we can create the service. I will say add new item. I will go to service. Here I will create a service, so I will say this as my So I will keep the same name of my service, that is my sales order service, and I will add this. Okay, as soon as I will add this, I can go to properties here. You can say new service operation. Okay, so the first thing is that I will need to select here class, so I can say SC sales. One second, oh, it's not SC sales order, it's directly sales order service. This one. Okay, we can give some information. This will provide SO info. Okay, and then external. I will copy this exactly this only in my external name. Okay, and once this is all ready, then I can right click here. I can create new service operation, and here I will need to select method. So the method should auto populate here, that is get sales info, this one. So I will go here and I will simply save this, and here also you can give a good name. I will copy it and I will paste it. I'll put it exactly the same way. Okay, so this is fine now. Now my service is created. Then I need to create a service group. So I'll right click, we'll go to add, I'll go to new item, service, and service group. And then here I can say sales order service group, and I will click on add. We'll go to property, and here I will select this property to yes first thing. Okay, and I'm going to simply save this. Okay, and here we'll need to attach our service, so I can drag this here. Okay, and it will get auto assigned here. All right, now this is all completed. Now I will do a build, or I believe I will also need to install the sync. Okay, I will build this code, then we'll test this. Alright guys, so the build is completed, and I even tested it with the one sales order, and it is working fine. Okay, so let me tell you what I did. Once our code is completed, then the first thing is that you can watch one of my video where I have told you like how you can set up Postman to test your finance and operation. I will ping that video. But if you want to see, so basically you go here. Okay, you can provide this URL. Here you need to provide your tenant ID or to token. Then here you can provide your client ID, your client secret, current type, client credential, then your resource. Okay, and then you can copy this access token. Okay, and then go to this here, use this post. Okay, and come to authorization, go to bearer token, select the bearer token, paste your token here, then go to body. Okay, then I will tell you what you need to do. So the first thing is that you need to form this URL. Okay, so let me copy this URL, how I fetch this URL. Okay, so this is our dynamics URL. After that you need to put /API /services. Then here you need to tell name of your group. So you created this group, right? You need to put exactly the same name. Yeah. Then you need to provide your service name. So that is exactly this guy. Then after that, you need to provide your method name. So if you'll go to your main service class, so basically if you'll open this have this particular method, right? This service have this method, get sales info. So exactly same thing you need to put here. Okay. Now this is how I created this URL. Okay. Now how to send the request. So for that, you need to provide a JSON. Okay. Here you see I have put an underscore request. So this is something coming from my, let me go to my main service class. Here we have the request, right? So exactly the same thing I have put here, and then sales ID. So the sales ID is coming from my data contract, where it is a sales order request. Here we go, this guy. Okay. And here I have simply given a sales order. So for example, if I will open my front end, I've given this one. This is a customer account for this, right? And this is the sales order status. So currently, like sales order is an enum value, so I think it haven't changed in our code. Maybe we'll try to put enum to str here. Where is main service? So instead of this enum to str, I think then it will save the correct label, because currently it has just provided as enum value. And let's say instead of this, if you want to search for this one, here the customer account number is 027. So you can copy this and paste it here, and then it will give all the information related to the sales order. So you see US 27, sales status is 1. That is open. 1 is open. Similarly, released, you will get other things. And now let's quickly jump to our code and we'll see what we did, one by one. So first of all, we created a contract. This contract is for request. Okay. Usually you will put your your legal entity as well, or your data area ID as well, but as it's a demo video, so I don't want to make it too long. Okay, so that's why I've simply put in only the sales ID. Then you will create another data contract for your response. Here we go. Here I said that I want to get two things. I want to get my customer account and my sales status. So I simply created parameters for them. Okay. Yeah. And let me go back. So this is how I created my request and response contract. Then our main logic, where our main logic is residing. Okay, I created a method, and if you see, the type is sales order response. Okay, then I created this method. Here I told that I will give I will give this particular guy, the request one. Okay, so I created an object of this. Then I initialized this particular class. Okay, and I simply returned it. Here from my request, I can easily get my sales ID. So I stored my sales ID in a local variable. And here I change my company, because we may have multiple companies. Okay, so that's why I hard coded it to USMF. But again, you can create a contract for your request. Here you can create one more contract for your company. Okay, then you can, yeah, you can create yeah, here we go. Yeah, so you can create, and then here you can even get that like request.param company ID here. Okay, then your company will change it. And then I use my sales table buffer. Using my sales ID, I will get buffer of my sales table. Here I'm simply assigning my customer account number, and I think here if I will put enum to str, it should work. It will give us the label. Okay, and then we are simply returning the response. Now once our code part is created, then the next thing that we did is we created a service. Okay, how to create a service? Go here, add, click on new item, and click here, click on service. Okay, so I give a name to my service, that is sales order service. And yeah, and here I put this particular class, my main service class. I give a description. Okay, and I put my class and external name as same. It's usually a good practice. Okay, And then I clicked on new service operation. Here it will automatically give me the option of my method, and I simply put my method and name as same. And then I created my service group. When I open my service group, here I can select this property auto deploy as is, like whenever the build will done. So this service will get registered. Okay. And then I drag my service to my service group. Okay. And then finally I tested the way I told you each and everything. So this is how you can create your service class and you can work with it. Thanks for watching this video.